Skin that smoke wagon and see what happens.
How's that for a slice of fried gold?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know how this machine worked.
It seems to run on some form of electricity.
And it was wrong. It was a bad call, Ripley. It was a bad call.
Some are good for fighting, others for dying.
It's Just Two Movies.
Welcome back to another episode of It's Just Two Movies. My name is Daniel King. This is where we watch two movies. It's one plus one movie. We watch one good movie, we watch one bad movie, and we talk about them both. But we kind of like bad movies. But like most of the guests on this show today with me is little Corey. He's regular size Corey. Just Corey.
Hi, I'm Corey.
Hey, Corey.
What's going on?
How you been, brother?
Fantastic.
Good.
Just making some music, man.
Nice.
That's all I got.
Fucking A, man. And watching at least a little one movie.
Just the one.
Right.
Just the one.
So, as is customary here at It's Just Two Movies, the worst name debatably for a podcast ever, we switch on picking the first movie, which is a good movie.
Right.
It can be one you haven't seen that you're excited to see, or one you want to make one of your friends watch it that they've never seen it. It's just an excuse to do that.
Right.
We try to find a trash cinema movie so bad it's good that has something in common with that.
Which I'm really excited for this one.
Yeah, I think it's good. I think we're gonna have a lot of fun with this one. So this one was my selection. The movie I chose. Oh wait, this was your selection.
Yes.
The movie you chose was Searching.
Right.
A 2018 mystery thriller. You can watch now on Hulu if you got premium, like a loaded, rich,
fat ass cat.
Fucking woo! So Searching has a 7.6 out of 10 on IMDb, 92% Rotten Tomatoes, 71 on Metacritic. Came out August 24, 2018, directed by Anish Chaganty. So that's pretty close.
We'll take it.
The budget for this, did you look at the budget box office information for this?
I did not.
That's really fun. I appreciate you letting me share the suspense with you. The budget for this movie, how much do you think it cost?
Well, with the style that it is, I know they probably had to do a bunch of location. I want to say $3-4 million.
The budget for this film was $880,000.
Oh.
Yeah. You know what it made in the box office?
Please tell me it was a shit ton.
$75.5 million.
Jesus.
Yeah,
that's a win.
That's initial release in the U.S. Yeah, that's fantastic, man. That's so good. Won a couple of film awards, which is also cool. The one thing I don't have here in front of me is the cast. Could you enlighten us on the main couple of characters here?
Absolutely. We've got John Cho as your main, Deborah Messing as the detective. We have Michelle La as the daughter. Sarah Sohn as the mother, and Joseph Lee as the brother of John Cho.
Yeah. I really like John Cho in this dramatic role.
Absolutely.
This is good. I wish there was a place to hand fist him in the MCU, or you know what I mean?
You can find a spot.
Maybe like a new take on a young Commissioner Gordon or something in the DCU. Like he's got really good, like intense. Can be super intense, and it's really good. This is a great role for him.
Absolutely.
What would you say to someone who has not seen this, but you don't want to spoil anything? What's this about in your own words?
Basically, a man's daughter essentially disappears. You know, he's basically searching for her, hence the name. I didn't even realize I just did that. Yep.
He's doing a Google.
You know, it doesn't seem, you know, as simple as it should be, because, you know, there's things that she's hiding. She's acting weird. So it's basically just this big mystery, trying to figure it out. Yeah,
for sure. And so that's like the non-spoilery thing. It's just John Cho looking for his daughter who's missing. And he's like kind of realizing he was a parent that didn't really know a whole lot about his kid via super invading her privacy and going through all of her online accounts for everything.
Right.
But if my kid was missing, I would do the same shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
In a heartbeat.
Yeah, this hits in the dad feels.
Yeah, it sure does. So full tilt spoilers from here on out. Well, you know what? We'll go ahead and rate it up top. What'd you think of this?
As a rating? Are we doing thumbs?
Yeah, just go ahead
You
and
want me
give
to
it.
thumb it up?
Go ahead and give it out of texting thumbs, out of 10 smart screen operational thumbs. How many thumbs would you use to type a really long email for this movie?
You know what? I'll go 8 because I was actually I was pretty into it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things about it that it'll keep you in. Like you don't lose interest. You don't give your attention to pretty much anything else. And the whole time, like, my heart was racing. So like,
it's did I say it was a thriller? Is it a thriller? It's a thriller.
Mystery
thriller. Mystery thriller. If you love a good detective, you love a bit of a mystery, and you love a good thriller. I would say this is right in the pocket for all three of those.
Absolutely.
I'll give it 8.5 thumbs. Even on my second watch, I really, really enjoyed this. I do think it was better the first time I watched it.
Well, yeah, because you're just finding everything out same way.
Yeah, of course. But it has been a really long time since I've seen it. I enjoyed it immensely, and I could not remember quite what the deal was with the girl. Like,
with the daughter?
Yeah, with the daughter. Like, I was like, I remembered she fell on a thing.
Yeah,
but I couldn't remember how that came to pass.
Yeah, and, this was my first time watching it, so, like I said, the whole time I was freaking out, but, I would have my suspicions, and then they would be, like, thrown out, and then I would have another one, and they'd be thrown out. And, yeah, so it's I don't know, it's put together really well. It keeps you guessing. I loved it.
Yeah, good. So we'll just kind of briefly talk about it. Like, one of my favorite, just to highlight right off the top, is when it starts. It's like booting up a Windows. Was it Vista?
Right.
I don't remember what operating system it was.
You had that iconic background, the field with the sky.
Just the Windows theme, opener theme or whatever. It was just cool, and they were like setting up a new account. Well, this scene marks when his daughter was born or old enough to operate a computer, or maybe they purchased a computer at that time. Who knows?
Maybe.
Anyway, they kind of let you know that the girl's mom died briefly into the movie, and they're really setting you up for some pretty gut wrenching stuff.
For real.
It's pretty sad.
This is very sad.
There's a lot of overtone of this being kind of sad.
Right.
But it's so fucking good.
It really is. And for the way that it's presented, like the whole thing is, it's all based on, like, it's the perspective of somebody watching a computer. Something like that. It's articles, it's text messages, it's FaceTime, a lot of FaceTime, because that's where you get your dialogue.
Right.
And then like news and whatnot. So it's basically just media. Like, it's not them actually just filming it. You're seeing it all from this perspective.
Right.
And that's the first time I'd ever seen that. I thought that was really, really cool.
Yeah, it's almost like as if you were inside the computer or the smartphone or the the MacBook or whatever. If you were inside it looking out, but you could see all the stuff was mirrored.
All the content.
All the content, yeah, because you got to get your content left to right. Unless you don't, then, more power to you. Fuck me, right? Anyway, it really is a marvelous storytelling, though. Like, they kind of like reimagined the lens.
Right.
I'm putting air quotes around reimagine and lens. The way that they tell the story, and it does make every scene interesting. It's like it's got your attention. Almost like it's using the algorithm against you. What do you got over there?
Well, for one, I love John Cho in this serious role. That's something I've always loved. Whenever I saw, Jim Carrey go from, that comedy to serious role. I love that. Robin Williams did it. I love that. And if anybody doesn't know, which you should, Harold and Kumar, John Cho is Harold.
Right.
And seeing him go from that, which is, wacky, silly, fun, all that stuff,
to
this, to where, now you're searching for your daughter, it's
intense, man.
Every parent's worst nightmare. Like, yeah. And he did it well. Like, it's, I don't know, like, it's like he didn't miss a beat. You know what I mean?
He's just a hardcore fucking computer nerd.
Yeah.
And it's the only thing that really bothers me about this entire movie. the entire movie, and this is as kind of a computer nerd saying so, the scroll speed on that mouse, that's like what your grandma uses.
Yeah.
It is like fucking just crawling across the screen.
I mean, I'm kind of that way, so...
Yeah, you like the slow mouse?
Yeah, I will lose it. I am old. I will lose it.
Man, damn, granddad.
I'm sorry. Well, for work, I had to work with 3 big monitors. I lost my arrow so many times. That's me.
Well, yeah, between 3, that'll do it to you.
Yeah.
What'd you think about the girl? She's like not been going to piano for 6 months or whatever, and she's just been taking the money for piano lessons.
Yeah.
What'd you think about all that?
Well, I mean, that kind of goes into the, he doesn't know his daughter thing.
True.
And, is it a disconnect on his part or her part? Who's not talking to who, whatever.
Right.
But she pretty much just assumes he won't get whatever she is wanting to do. So yeah, she just keeps it from him. And, like I said, that is, dad feels like if I felt like, my daughter was a completely different person than I thought.
And she just felt like she couldn't talk to you.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah.
I don't want to feel like a stranger to my, child.
No
Nobody
way.
does.
So she's skimming it for piano lessons, and then she like offloads it to herself and withdraws it
Right.
via Venmo.
Yeah. If
She creates a bootleg account and Venmos it to herself and then withdraws it.
Right, because if bank accounts are actually like monitored, like way more than a Cash App or a Venmo or something like that. So she puts it there, so it's not tracked.
Right. I think my favorite thing about John Cho in this is just his fucking tenacity.
Yeah.
Because it's like the detective tells him several times. She's like, listen, man, your daughter ran away. I'll do everything I can do to help you, but your daughter ran away.
Right.
She's just gone. She's gone of her own free will, and you're probably not going to find her unless she wants you to.
Which is a horrible thing to hear.
He's like, bitch, I ain't trying to hear that. I'm like, you crazy. Keep on.
Right.
It's fucking kick rocks.
I'm going to beat up kids in a movie theater.
Oh, yeah. Dude, it happens so many times, and it's great. So John Cho comes across this like live cast website thing that she was on. Is that a real thing?
I don't think so, but I don't know enough to back up that statement.
Okay. Sounds fair. It's kind of like a TikTok. If TikTok were more like
like a Twitch talk.
Yeah. It's like it's like Twitch talk.
But it didn't seem like anybody was actually like.
You should fucking get on that.
Right.
Twitch talk.
I don't know why we have.
I don't do fucking.
Don't release this until we have it patented.
Register that right now.
I actually want to see UCast because that's what it was called. That is not a thing. I got the 404.
The 411?
Error
404 webpage.
The Giddy Up,
okay,
the 409, right.
Gotcha, yeah. East of the 409.
Right.
The I-90.
God damn it. So, he finds this ucast.com. It's, a streaming thing, Twitch Talk, whatever. Mm-hmm. And you can actually see the saved, I guess, streams or casts that they have. So he went through all of them, and actually the first thing that he did is he went live.
It's weird they're saved, because then it's not a stream.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I understand it's live at the time, almost like Saturday Night Live, and then you see it syndicated.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if that's how that stuff works. I'm not on the Twig Knox.
The Twig Knox. But yeah, so he actually goes live first, and somebody pops up. They're called Fish and Chips.
Fish and Chips.
Ooh, that's the most sinister name I've ever heard.
Catfish and Chips.
Oh. And apparently it's this lady. But she pops up, joins the stream, and then immediately disappears.
Right.
So that's fucking suspicious.
Right.
So he goes through all of her old ones, and what would you find but fish and chips everywhere?
Right. Yeah.
Joining every cast, talking. You can see they're actually like friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're getting all buddy.
Yeah. So throughout this, he's been John Cho has been digging through all this stuff, all of her personal information, realizing he doesn't really know her.
Right.
The kids that he thought she was friends with, they're like, well, yeah, I mean, like, we're in study group, but...
Right. Yeah.
We're not, like,
we don't
friends or
really
whatever.
talk.
Yeah,
She eats alone at lunch.
Even the one kid was like, that was supposed to be her like her friend.
Right.
Since they were kids. He's like, I don't know. She just kind of stopped hanging out with me. And
yeah,
my mom told me to invite her to the thing because her mom died and we feel bad for everything that you guys have gone through.
Yeah.
Like, fuck, man.
Their reasoning was, well, you know, my mom knew her mom.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why she was invited over to do whatever.
Right.
What was it, study group or something like that? Oh, it was camping.
Yeah, they were going to go camping.
Yeah. And she never showed.
A favorite pastime.
Yeah.
All the, like, backlogged stuff we're getting about, what's his daughter's name?
Margot,
played by Michelle Law. There's a bit where he finds a text message string between his daughter and his brother. So the girl's uncle. And
so you were getting to where I was getting to.
The text message string is fucking, it's kind of uncomfortable to read because he's like, oh, sorry about last night. And he's like, no, it's fine. I liked it. And like, oh, should we be doing this? I feel like we're doing something bad.
Right. This feels so weird. Yeah, it is kind of weird.
So weird. I love it though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just real weird.
And what's the first thing you're going to think? I mean, come on.
Right. Yeah. So John Cho is about to lose his fucking shit. Yeah. He installs a bunch of hidden cameras in his brother's house and fucking rolls up on him and tries to get a confession out of him and almost kills him.
Right. Yeah, and I thought he was going to be quite honest.
I thought he was going to choke him to death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's kind of funny, though, is, like, he starts out, you know, the questioning kind of mild, like, oh, when's the last time you saw her? Or, you know, you guys hung out, right? And then he just starts reading the text messages, and obviously that's going to start something. Like, I mean, right after that, he immediately fucking starts to try and choke him out.
Yeah.
Right next to the camera, by the way. Strategically.
Yeah, right, of course. Right. I like the way it shows him like his brother's like reaching for the pepper or something, and he's like right on top of the camera and doesn't see it.
I know. The whole time I'm thinking, I'm like,
good cams.
It's there, right?
They must be good cams, like those little worm cams or something. I don't know.
Maybe they just look like boxes of pepper. Fuck.
Maybe. I don't know. Could just be the what's the spice you never use?
Providence blend?
Yeah, it's in a box of Providence blend.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah, so that's pretty intense, and it turns out John Cho's brother was not fucking his daughter,
right.
As would be the most obvious conclusion.
Right.
He was smoking her up.
Yep. Just smoking some weed.
Yeah.
Her mom died.
Just smoking some weed and talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
In which, like, that still doesn't seem like a relief to John Cho.
No.
He's just like, you gave her drugs.
Yeah, so they're right in the middle of this shit, and Detective Gal calls, and she's like, we got him.
I forgot about all that. Yeah, because the whole time I'm just like, look at your shit.
Yeah.
Because I want to know.
Yeah, because so there's some just rando rapist post a confession video, and then offs himself. And again, as per usual, John Cho, he ain't trying to hear that.
Right.
He ain't trying to hear that. He's just going to keep on going.
Yep.
He's not. It doesn't make any sense. That's stupid. This guy killed some other girl.
Right. Yeah, and he's
or was forced to confess or something.
And, you know, okay, no, I won't go that far yet. I forgot.
What? For what?
Well, because that's at the end. Because he basically goes through a bunch of pictures and he sees something. Yeah, so, you know, they're all there for their photo shoot and you can see the two. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah. Come on, bring it.
Okay, so basically this guy...
the creepy rapist guy.
Right. You know, he gave a confession, and for one, he was very specific.
And convincing, but just vague enough.
Right. And basically, he was, what was he? Ex-con? Something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was actually fed a script for that, and then assumed to be murdered.
Right.
Because, you know, it's played off as he did that and then he killed himself. how convenient would that be if somebody, if he was taking the fall for somebody?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
It's about this time that John Cho figures out that Fish and Chips is a catfish account.
Right.
So he starts getting down to the bottom of it. He slowly starts putting the pieces together.
Yep.
So, biggest spoiler for the movie. If any of this sounds interesting to you, pause this and go watch it, or
Please
I'm going
go
to spoil the whole ending.
Right.
So, John Cho's daughter was talking to a catfish account made by the detective lady, her son.
Right.
Made the catfish account and has been talking to John Cho's daughter and getting all chummy.
Right, because he likes her.
He does like her. He likes her a lot. But the catfish account is a girl. What he thought that it would be like more comfortable to open up or whatever. Anyway, doesn't matter. She explains the psychology of it. It doesn't not make sense, but it's certainly not a way that I would engage anyone. It's just it's a little off brand, but I understand it, I guess.
I mean, well, for one, his mother does say that he's not like other kids. He's different. I don't know what that means. It could mean like on the spectrum, something like that.
I'm sure that's the case. If you, I think that a big red flag of that is like a super hard time with social interactions.
Right.
And yeah, I mean that's a thing. If you can't even like say hello to a person as yourself, that's an issue with your inability to socially interact. Unless you're just doing it as a goof.
Which that's a shit goof.
That's a kind of a shit goof, yeah. He finally goes to meet the girl, but the girl doesn't know that it's a guy yet, that it's a totally different guy that she's been talking to this whole time.
It's not what she's expecting.
He goes to a spot that she liked to go to, and he just gets in her car.
Like any normal person would do.
Any normal person would do, yeah. The first thing you do to a total stranger you want to talk to, if you want to get shot, is to just get in their car.
Just jump on in. That makes no fucking sense.
No, so she hits him, he bleeds, she gets out of the car and bolts, he chases her, he like runs her down and tries to stop her, she pushes him, he pushes her back, and she falls off a cliff.
Right, yeah, she, pushes him, he pushes her off a ravine. So, they're equal now.
Yeah. Well, the thing was a cliff. She's lucky she got stuck on a spot on that ravine, because that son of a bitch was like 50, 60, 70 feet deep. I mean, it was fucking pretty damn big one. And
that's what the detective was saying, because she was asking if she was dead. She goes, she's pretty much saying, I don't know, but like jagged rocks is 50 feet down, and you'd have to survive 5 days without water.
Right.
And then they apparently find out there was a storm and there was rain. Yeah. And so technically it's only two.
She's like, what?
Right.
It's like 2 days without water. She's like, it fucking stormed on Friday. Flips it around and punches it. Here's the part that I don't understand. Because I guess she just underestimated John Cho, because John Cho never shared any of that with her.
Right.
That he knew about her son.
Right.
And so because that's her son, what she did was get this guy she used to work with that was an ex-con.
Right.
Got him all fucked up, got him to confess, and then fucking killed him.
Yep.
And turned in the tape.
And thought that would work.
And thought that was it, yeah. But no, John Cho's still going to find his daughter.
Don't underestimate I guess, a single father or a widowed father.
Fell down that ravine and broke her fucking back. And just drank rainwater for a night. Jesus Christ, man. Can you imagine just laying somewhere for 7 days, 8 days?
Fuck no.
Ugh.
Like that just sounds horrible. And then again, just to think about that happening to one of your kids and you can't help. Like, that's fucking horrible.
Yeah. So I watched this with my kid and I was like, hey, the moral of this story is I don't care where you're going. You tell me.
Right.
You tell me.
Well, and that's another thing, because like whenever all of it is going down, I think it's at like 11 p.m. or something like that. He gets 2 calls from her and a FaceTime call, but he's sleeping. And, I just think, if you were awake, what would have happened? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, I understand, people got to sleep, but, it's like that one thing you're just like, I mean, she tried. It was right there.
Right. Exactly. So they eventually find her. It's fucking great. John Cho has the detective lady arrested at his vigil, which is a pretty badass scene.
That was a crazy scene because, first you see John Cho, he just walks in because they're doing a live thing of this vigil. It's a virtual vigil. And so he walks in and Detective Lady is already there sitting down. And then a bunch of cops come in and you see her get up and start to walk with them, which I wasn't sure if that's what was going to happen or not.
Right.
Like, because she does it real slow. I'm like, is she about to like bust out that fucking painted window, or is she gonna
fucking go to prison for the rest of her life?
I thought something was gonna happen, but she I guess went with them, and then you see her in an orange suit giving her confession. You could
tell she thought about not going with him.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
She thought about it.
Yeah.
No, it's fucking great. And then when they go to rescue John Cho's daughter, they figure out where she's at. They get the confession. That fucking everything's all tied up in a nice, neat little bow.
Yep.
John Cho's a fucking genius. And they haul ass to that ravine, and man, really pulls at your heartstrings when they start pulling her up that ravine.
Right. And the whole time,
which is crazy because I've watched so many movies about, oh my God, a person is missing.
Right. But I don't know,
from the vantage of the missing person and the vantage of the people looking for the missing person, I think this is one of the most gripping representations of that. It's fucking really good.
Absolutely. Because like I said, like my heart was racing the whole time. And I don't do that for movies. So that was pretty good.
It's fucking pretty intense.
Yeah.
So all's well. All's well that.
And apparently she loves the piano again, just saying.
Yeah, she does love the piano again. Just playing some like Sunday mornings Maroon 5
Little Elton John. Little Hold Me Closer, Tony Danza. Yep, I got you.
Hell yeah, seamstress for the band. All right, well, that fucking ties it up pretty neat for fucking searching. Yeah, that's what it's called, searching. It was great. We already rated it. I don't remember what we rated it. Doesn't really matter. If you think a different thing, you're right.
That helps.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Like the things you like and don't like the things that you don't. That's okay.
As long as you tried it once.
Yeah,
that's going to lead to dangerous places. We won't go there.
Your own personal responsibility to try things. We're gonna go watch Johnny Mnemonic,
and I'm so stoked on this because
this is like from the era of like Keanu Reeves got super famous.
Right.
He did like a bunch of not good movies, and then like one or two good ones in there, and then
really?
He did The Matrix, and then he didn't do anything for a long time, and now he's a hot ticket, the Keanu Reeves Renaissance.
Well, I am stoked. Wait, real quick, have you ever seen Keanu Reeves in The Bad Batch?
No.
Watch it. He has the best mustache in the world. That's all I have to say.
I can believe that.
Oh, it's incredible.
Here's a fake thing. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Flopping Network. My name's Daniel Coldstone.
And I'm Ken Sitwell.
In the studio with me.
I'm Ken Sitwell.
Ken Sitwell. Ken, what are we here to talk about today?
I believe that I don't have any of the information on this product. How would you like to take the reins on this one?
We've got a couple of products made by the German green import lifestyle technologies company, IB Farten with an EN.
Yes, correct.
They've got some new bringing tech into the kitchen at home. Let's start by taking a look at the Bluetooth pasta strainer.
Featuring all the latest 4.3 Bluetooth technology speeds.
Yeah. So you're in the kitchen now, working out some of that with us. Steve?
Hey, I'm Steve. What would you like to know? Hey, Steve here in the kitchen to show you the new IB Farten.
Steve, tell me about how do the features of the actual Bluetooth pasta strainer work, and in relation to
excuse me, I'm sorry, my pasta is done. So,
oh wow, done straining already?
Yes,
that is as fast as normal pasta strains in a normal pasta strainer. Steve, thank you so much.
Not to discredit the Bluetooth technologies in IB Farten's Bluetooth strain. Get your Bluetooth strainer here now. I mean, I'd be fine.
You say IGN.
Available at your local mall.
Now available at Kohl's.
Back to you, Ted.
Ted, we're gonna throw it over to
back to the back to the kitchen.
We're gonna throw it over to Jennifer out in the field which is a kitchen where she's trying out the other IB farting. Again, a German green import lifestyle technologies company.
Hey guys,
we're gonna be
it's
trying
Jen
out the
here.
the new haptic feedback skillet. How's that skillet?
I love it.
Yeah?
It's so haptical.
So, you heard it here, folks. During this special offer, get both the haptic feedback skillet and 2 Bluetooth pasta strainers for the low one-time price of $299.99. That's $29.99.99. Now available in 3 easy payments. Call. Special thanks to Brad Sexton for our jams. Please check out his latest project at suns.bandcamp.com. That is sunds.bandcamp.com. Thanks to Lamplighter Productions for our artwork. Please check out more of their stuff on Instagram at lamplighter_productions_IL. First time listener, we're anywhere podcasts are found, but if you don't subscribe to any of those services, listen to the show for free on our website. It's just the number 2, movies.buzzsprout.com. That's it's just 2movies.buzzsprout.com. Want to get in touch with the show? Email us at itsjust2movies@gmail.com or find us on Twitter or Instagram at itsjust2movies. Want to support the show? Great. Leave a like, comment, or subscribe on whatever platform tickles your fancy. So anyway, back to the show. Johnny Mnemonic.
Mnemonic, not spelled the way you would think.
Do you want me to tell you all my notes for it right now? I won't do it. We'll get there. It's a 1995 sci-fi action film, 1 hour, 43-minute runtime, 5.7 out of 10 on IMDb, 19% on Rotten Tomatoes, and a 3.8 out of 5 on Goodreads. I'm not familiar with that one.
Never heard of it.
Release date May 26, 1995, directed by Robert Longo, screenplay by William Gibson, adapted from Johnny Mnemonic. I believe also written by William Gibson. Budget $26 million, somewhere in that neighborhood, or between $40 million. Now, what I don't have is the box office. Do you?
That's what I want. I'm looking for it now.
I'll get some cast out of the way. This has got Keanu Reeves, Diane Mayer, Dolph Lundgren, picked out of fucking nowhere by yours truly, Henry Rollins, picked out of nowhere by Mr. Corey here, Ice-T, which we both immediately were like, it'd be funny if Ice-T was in this, and then boom, there he was, and Takashi Kitano, and Udo Kier.
So I have our numbers.
What do you got? What do you get for box office on this?
Give me those numbers one more time. Their budget.
What I had here was somewhere between 26 and 40 million.
Okay, they made 52.4 million off of this movie.
Okay, well they probably just made their money back.
That blows my mind that it made that much, though. To be quite honest, I mean, this was after Keanu Reeves was already big name, right?
Well, this was hot, man. I think this when did Point Break come out?
Yeah, that's what I'm...
Because this might have been off the coattails of Point Break. I think that was like 93.
Point Break. 1991.
91.
Yeah, so this is 4 years after that. So what about...
Yeah, so he's kind of on the coattails of Point Break. We'll think about it. They probably started filming it a year prior.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's if you were to tell a friend of yours what this movie's about, could you?
That's a better question than what I thought it was coming.
No.
Johnny Mnemonic is about Keanu Reeves, and he's a data courier. By data courier, I mean he puts a chip in his brain, and he's wet wired, baby. And he's got fucking wet wired circuits up in his wet willy and up in his up in his melon. And he's got to get it from A to B so they can take it out, and he can get paid and laid. But he's going to run into a problem. It's going to make him use his maximum amount of data, which is, what is it, like 30 gigs?
I thought his maximum was like 125, and they were like, don't go over capacity.
No, it was like 300 or 400 gigs.
That's his capacity?
Was his capacity. So, nothing. So not much, like a regular micro,
just a little SD,
just a little micro SD, baby.
It fits in the tiniest of spaces, and I'm fairly certain he's over capacity.
Yeah. So he's having these weird techno headaches, and he's got to get from A to B. But he runs into problems.
A shit ton of problems in the form of Ice-T was one of those issues.
Ice-T's a problem.
For a minute.
Yeah.
Ice-T is a problem.
Yeah.
And his, what was his character's name?
Ice-T.
J-Bone.
J-Bone. Oh, it was J-Bone. Yeah, that was pretty fucking sick.
Yeah. So there's her, there's her.
There is her.
Well, apparently Ice-T is now a her, and I will do everything I can to make sure this episode never comes out so I don't get fucking murdered by Ice-T.
Right. No, I will not edit that out. I'm 100% leaving that in. Ice-T, you heard me. Fucking love you in movies. If you could give me a voice acting gig, that'd be dope.
Oh, for real?
Not bad. Or if I could get a gig as an Ice-T impersonator, yo, that'd be cool.
I think you've got it, but you need to have. Doesn't he have like cul-de-sac going on?
He's got
with like braids in the back.
He's got a pretty weird fashion situation going on. Him and his buddies are the low-techs.
The low-techs, which makes me think just poor people who don't have tech.
Yeah, they use their toasters without Bluetooth and dirty low-techs. I'm just going to run through some of my notes here real quick because they're mostly like 3 or 4 words.
Okay.
Data, 95 look, lightsaber rope. It's got Ice-T as J-Bone. Weird sex nightclub. He's got a secret in his brain and it's John Wick. Back to weird sex club.
Oh my!
He's 007 and Neo and John Wick. And then I'll save the rest of those because those are pretty good. Is there anything you have to add from where the distance I've just covered? As in-depth as this movie is, there's a lot of nuance involved here.
Is there?
Yeah, probably.
Well, okay, so off of your notes, I had a lot of stuff to piggyback from.
No, go please. This is the spotlight.
First things first. Coolest fucking part of this movie was the lightsaber rope.
Yeah.
Holy shit, what a weapon.
Yeah, this guy's got a lightsaber. It's got one backdrop. There's that bit where he's stuck and he's like flinging it against just a metal.
I don't know.
Like an aluminum gate.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and it's not going through it, and he's very upset.
You can go through wooden doors.
You can go through people like butter.
Yeah. And you can put them into pieces. Not just one piece. Pieces. Rope.
Right.
And then a chain link fence.
Yes.
I don't understand that.
Yeah,
I don't understand their logic.
And then a small chain link fence, it doesn't work, but he does do some fucking dope shit with that thing.
Oh, he fucking decimates people,
in the meantime,
man.
Here's the part that's hard to believe is when you can take a length of rope. Let's say you have a length of rope that's like, I don't know, 12 feet long.
Okay.
So about 6 feet, 8 feet, maybe your as far as your reach goes, holding it in 2 hands.
Right.
So you have this length of rope, and you can throw it in such a manner where it goes totally slack around 2 people.
Okay.
And pull it taut, and there is no tension when you go to pull it taut. It just flies right through them. And then it cannot go through a chain link fence. I just don't fucking buy it.
No, that doesn't make any goddamn sense. I don't buy it for a hot minute, but that is a sick fucking weapon. And I'm surprised George Lucas hasn't taken that yet. Just saying.
I would actually like to nominate the
I can only think lightsaber
fucking garrote. The lightsaber garrote. I want to nominate that for a low fill award for like, I don't know, like coolest sci-fi weapon in a thing.
There you go.
Yeah, that's fucking cool, man. That's a dope ass weapon.
Yeah, that was one of the coolest things I had seen.
When Johnny fights that guy, I was like, you should take that.
Right. Yeah, and he didn't, and I don't know why.
It's dumb of you to throw that away. That's stupid.
Does it only work for the one guy? Because it's a part of his weird metal fucking thumb claw.
He's got a weird metal thumb thing that's attached to it, but that's the part that he takes off. Maybe it's implanted.
See, maybe he can't take it with him.
Probably an implant.
I feel like Johnny would have taken that shit.
Man, Johnny could just
old Johnny Wick. Yeah.
Mnemonic the shit out of that shit.
And then crazy ass. Okay, so for one, this is set in 2021.
It is set in 2021, so present day.
And if you watch the movie and then you look outside, it's exactly the same.
Except for the way that you get on the internet.
It's apparently an Oculus thing, but your arms turn into spaghetti CGIs. And also, you may turn into a spaghetti CGI as a full body. And then you can like double yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Just normal internet, AOL and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, it's got a headset and gloves that you have to put on every time you go to log on. And you still have to type, but on not on a physical keyboard, on a keyboard in the middle of the air.
Right. And you get to, grab stuff in the middle of the air, and you can move it, and you can touch it, and you can zoom in on it. Yeah. And it's
almost like Windows file system.
But it's a hassle.
But more work.
Still? Yeah.
The shit that they have going on in 2021 in this, half of it is fucking ridiculous.
Right.
And the other half of it kind of hits a little too close to home.
Right. Yeah, there's a lot of masks. There's a lot of riots. Yeah, it's rough. 2021 in the Mnemonic era is pretty awful.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a disease. What's the thing that's killing all kinds of people? It's technovirus.
It's NAS, and that stands for nerve attenuation syndrome, which I just learned the word attenuation. That's actually NAS, 2 of my notes right there.
November Alpha Sierra.
Nas.
I assume
Lil Nas, the rapper. Wait, which one? Because there's regular Nas,
is there?
And then there's Lil Nas.
Is that
and then I think there's a Lil Nas X
is that his
Premium.
Hilarious,
right?
Is that good? Maybe I'll release a dark album where I don't ever say who I am, just a rap album, and call it.
Wait, so you want to pull like Garth Brooks and Chris Gaines,
like Lil Fatty and Big Fatty, featuring Big Fatty? That's what's up. Yeah. Maybe Little Fatty. I'll just speed my voice up so I sound like a chipmunk.
Please do.
Yeah.
Please do.
We'll do that.
I'll record it. I will produce it.
So what else do you have about this movie? Back on topic.
Keanu Reeves has no sideburns.
Yeah, he's got a strange haircut.
It's that 2021 vibe. It's okay.
Future baby, but nobody else has a future haircut.
right. Just him.
It is just him. Everybody else has a pretty normal hairdo going on, especially for the 90s.
I mean, even Ice-T. It was and they're like apocalyptic, like
he's got some dreads up.
Yeah,
but you know what I'm saying?
They're normal. You know what I mean?
They are normal.
But Keanu's absence of sideburns,
like dreadlocks and Liberty spikes or whatever. That'd be pretty sick.
That would be sweet, and that's so low tech.
Just cast him in epoxy.
Oh my God, please! I'm gonna look that up now. I'm gonna find a way to do it.
Somebody please get a Trojan shield
So
of dreadlocks cast in clear epoxy for one picture and then shave your head.
And then
because you'll have to, or go to the hospital.
Send it to us, please.
Yeah.
Also,
it's
apparently,
just2movies@gmail.com. And it's just 2movies on Instagram or Twitter if you want to contact the show or do that thing we said about dreadlocks. Yeah.
Also, so apparently faxing is the main way to exchange info in 2021.
Apart from
it's not airdrop.
Human mail.
Right. Okay, that's fair.
Apart from human mail, that's evidently the other one. You can either fax a thing,
or you can put it in this guy's...
put it in a man.
Put it in this guy's fucking head. He's gonna have a shit time getting it to you, but you'll get it.
Yeah, he's like the Postal Service, but less reliant.
Right. Also, Keanu hates bald people.
Yeah, it's weird, man.
He just threw that
I take a little umbrage with that. That was a note. Was a note that I had about how Keanu was like, "Fuck you, baldy."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Hey, man, I'm right here."
In that strip club, man.
Yeah. So we come to find out that Keanu has all this free space, all this 300 gigs,
right?
Of free space,
right? It's a shit ton
in his brain because he dumped some long-term memories, and the long-term memories he dumped was his childhood.
Yeah.
He dumped all of his childhood. So I have a 2-part question.
Hit me.
Number 1, if you were to dump your childhood memories, would you still be the same person? Like, is your personality already formed without those, it's like the lattice structure upon which your personality is based. So if you were to automatically delete it, would you or could you still be the same person, hypothetically? This is better than that entire fucking movie.
Right.
So we're going to do this instead for a minute.
Right. Personally, I think, no, you're not the same person.
I would agree.
Because, those childhood memories, think about it. You're taught something as a child, and maybe, like as you're a teenager, you learn maybe that's not true. Let's fucking go with the discovery of America, right? Christopher Columbus.
Yeah.
The way they teach it at school is, Pilgrims and Indians, and they had a great time. They taught each other.
Yeah, it's demonstrably false.
That's not at all what happened. So so as you grow, you learn, no, it was pretty much a fucking genocide.
Yeah.
And so you will base a belief off of that.
It's one of the few.
If you didn't have that first teaching, you don't do it. It
is quite literally to take it back to a chapter that everybody was probably taught in the U.S. You know how amphibious assaults are extremely difficult, historically speaking. It is the most effective amphibious assault on a country ever performed.
Really?
Yeah. Why would it not be? You know how difficult it was on D-Day when we...
Fair.
When we stormed Normandy, that, you know what I mean? It just amphibious attacks like water to land.
Right.
They're difficult because the people on land are defending the strong point, and you're just kind of out in the middle of fucking nowhere, just trying to get on the same field.
Right. And then...
and amphibious assaults are difficult.
So Henry Rollins is in this.
Henry Rollins is in this, along with a bunch of great sound effects.
Yes.
Both of those things are absolutely fucking dead on. Henry Rollins, you might know, is the lead singer from Black Flag and also a shit ton of movies.
Right.
He's in all kinds of stuff.
First thing I ever saw him in was the Henry Rollins Show.
Yeah.
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 Because I was looking up a band. I was looking up the Blood Brothers, and they had performed live on his show. And then I eventually just watched his show because I like him.
Yeah.
He's a pretty likable dude.
Yeah, he really is.
Yeah.
There's a sweet computer angel in this.
Yes, Tech Angel, as you said.
Yeah, Tech Angel. Tech computer angel. She keeps like popping up on Johnny, and she's like, "Hey, fucking do the thing."
And then they're interrupted.
offload that brain, baby. That's
Right.
what she wants. Is she just wants him to offload that brain on her.
And then
Is that a thing? Did I just coin the next internet thing?
please,
Is that
yes,
it?
yes. I'm actually planning on going home, trying to use that on my wife,
Yeah.
and seeing if it'll work. I will report back.
I bet she loves it.
I bet
I bet it's a home run.
I bet she kicks me out. You talk about offloading brains?
Just offload my brains onto you. But he can't. So instead, he eventually finds that Ice-T has a friend with a dolphin who he can offload his brains onto.
And this dolphin looks dead.
Yeah.
It makes noises.
Well, because Ice-T's like, I know this guy's name's Spider.
Old Henry Hollins.
Yeah.
Right. And we're going to take you to the TV tower.
Yeah.
Which is a bunch of just regular ass TVs.
A bunch of tube TVs.
Tube TVs,
Not a
yes.
flat screen inside,
Oh,
baby.
no. No, these things are massive. They create a tower, and they sit next to the dolphin in the smallest cage or aquarium.
It's like a large fish tank, and it's a very robotic dolphin because a real dolphin would have died.
Right.
It's very, very small.
Yeah.
It's like I don't know. It's like a box as big as a human man is.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
No, that dolphin had no chance, but apparently it worked. You know, the memories.
Yeah.
They go to the dolphin,
and the dolphin just shits him out, or rapes a baby seal or whatever.
Yeah,
Whatever they do, man, they love that shit. No, for real, dolphins are horny as fuck. You didn't know that?
No, I know. This is something me and my wife talk about a lot.
It's fucking super weird.
Dude, they will...
Actually, I don't think it's weird. I think it seems to me like they're just like, yeah, well, we live in the water, so...
What are you going to do?
I put both of my middle fingers up just now. Use your theater of the mind.
What are you going to do, arrest me?
Right.
You going to put me in dolphin jail?
Right, yeah, there ain't no dolphin jail.
Nah, it ain't going to happen.
They're just not having a good time. Those damn dolphins.
The only other... Oh, okay, so I have a couple more notes here. One of them is that the corporation that I guess they're trying to... So I don't know if we've said this yet. Have we said what's in his head? The data that he carries?
The data that he carries is like it's the cure for the techno cancer that's killing everybody, but it's from like a medical company to another medical company or to a bank or whatever.
Right.
And they're like, haha, we're gonna profitize the cure instead of just curing the people.
Right. Which but the corporation is called Pharmacom. And I don't think there is a more sinister name for a corporation in a sci-fi movie.
It's like Viacom bought all the pharmacies in the world. So
right.
It's Pharmacom.
So, yeah. And other than that, I have that randomly throughout, or in the middle of the movie, Keanu Reeves says, I had a summer job breaking and entering. And I thought that was one of the funniest things that I have ever heard.
That's not a job.
No,
it's not a summer job.
I don't know. Like I wanna join him. I want to see what that summer job was like because I'm pretty sure he was being used.
Yeah. I don't think that's not a summer job.
You can't tax that.
We baled hay. I pulled canoes off the river.
Right. Some type of like landscaping something
that kind of
at places before summer.
Dig this thing, throw this thing, pick this thing up.
Right, not kick in that thing and steal those things.
Right.
God.
I guess that's like a type of self-employment.
He is an entrepreneur.
So I will say I know we're digging on this thing a lot, but there are actually a couple of really cool transition scenes.
Yeah,
with the camera work or the way that it's cut. I don't know what the terminology is for that, but it's like the transition from scene A to scene B. There's a couple of them that are actually pretty cool, and they look good and they come off good. So, like, while I'm bagging on this thing, I am really enjoying it, and it's not assaulting my visuals.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's not hard to watch.
Right.
It's fine.
It's
It's very 95.
Yeah, but it's no Uninvited.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Offloads his brain into a dolphin. Echo the dolphin video game. The only way left is to hack your own brain. That's reminiscent of laser tag and lightsaber garrote is the thumb thing, which we already talked about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, other than that, like, I don't like. It was kind of hard to follow, like, because there were moments in there where I don't think they needed it. You know, there were scenes that just didn't need to be there. Like, other than that, like, actually just watching the movie, just sitting down enjoying it and listening to Keanu Reeves say stuff in a Keanu Reeves voice, I loved it.
It was okay.
Yeah, I had a good time.
He went a little over the bar a couple of times.
A couple of times.
Yeah, but I was definitely okay with it.
Dude.
Well, like, what were did you have like a favorite part that you were like, oh, this is my shit?
I absolutely loved whenever he was going into the internet, because I understand those are supposed to be his hands.
Yeah.
But they're just so like noodly.
Flappy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, apparently that is what the internet's supposed to look like in 2021, and it's just a whole lot of
how do you get on the internet?
It's
on your phone, you fucking noob.
Nerd. No, it's like a lot of like neon, like there's just a lot of
It's like a
lot of graphs. And
if your smartphone was a headset and two gloves.
Yeah.
And that's how you got on it. So you had to interact with it with both of your hands, like swimming through a ether that doesn't exist.
Yeah. That's pretty much it. No screen. It's just there. I mean, you have your fucking headset thing. Yeah. I don't know. The future's crazy.
It is.
The future's crazy. Future's bad business.
It is pretty wild. I think it is bad business.
Yeah.
I'm with you. It seems like real corrupt times.
I mean, if Pharmacom has anything to do with it.
Overthrow the government, and with the national currency already at nothing, so it's a really poor time to do it.
Low techs on there.
Yeah. You
Barbarians.
just gotta support the low techs.
Yeah, and
they're people too, just because they don't want their Twitters and their TikToks.
Just because they follow Ice-T. Oh, I did have something.
They do fucking follow Ice-T too. They'll fucking kill a man at the drop of a hat when Ice-T's like, there's only one way left.
You gotta hack that brain. If Ice-T walked into this room right now, just Ice-T, and said to kill you, well, I'm sorry, buddy.
Wait, hold on.
I'm following whatever Ice-T says.
If Ice-T walked in here and told you to kill me,
yeah, I'd believe him because he's Ice-T.
I'll kill you and that robot that's not actually Ice-T, because Ice-T's in the living room, and when I walk in there with the robot head in my hand, he'll be like, I have a proposition for you.
That should have been the movie.
That's it. Let's call it Johnny
Icy.
Johnny Icy
T. I also do think if we are ever going to make a change about this, I think you take out Keanu Reeves, and I think you enter in Nicolas Cage, and it's a normal Nicolas Cage movie. There were so many over-the-top moments that Keanu Reeves was doing that I thought Nick Cage should be doing.
There was a good 5 or 6 of them in there, wasn't there?
Yeah.
It's when his I got too much data in my brain.
Right.
Like seizures.
Yeah. Yeah, that stuff, that's all Nick Cage.
Yeah, if you're not familiar with the title of this film or with the word mnemonic, just to give you a quick heads up, it is spelled M. All right, I'll give it to you phonetically. Michael, November, Echo, Michael, Oscar, November, Indigo, Charlie. Mnemonic, a device such as a pattern of letters, ideas, or associations that assists in remembering something. So it's just a trick, like a little thing you tell yourself
Right.
to remember a thing, like please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. That's a mnemonic device.
Shit, what's the one? Every good boy does fine.
Yeah,
That's your notes for your E D. It's a music thing.
So, what would you rate this thing? Oh, only as a bad movie. We're dropping the good movie thing. So purely on the spectrum of watching it as a thing that you're like, I want to see how bad it is to like how so bad it's good. Rank it on the so bad it's good as scale.
That's
In thumbs, in mnemonic virtual reality thumbs.
They're so wavy and noodly.
Out of 10. Give me 10. Give me up to 10 of those. No less than none.
I'm probably gonna go with probably an 8. As a bad movie.
I was really having a hoot with this.
Dude, it was fun.
My biggest critique would be like maybe cut like 8 minutes off.
Yeah.
And that's not even much. You know what I mean? They cram a lot in here.
They really did.
I'd say probably like 8.5. I had a really good time with this. This was good.
It was really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not good.
It was fun.
No, it was hot trash.
It was
But it was the kind of hot trash you can have a lot of fun with, having a couple of drinks and hanging out with a friend.
Yep.
What else you been up to, brother? Have you consumed any other media since last we saw you that you would recommend as entertaining?
Yes. On Netflix, I had noticed there is a show called Zoo. I don't know if you've ever heard of it.
Never heard of Zoo.
Have you ever watched Mad Men?
No.
Okay. Well, basically, in Mad Men, there's a character named Bob Benson, and he's basically just like this good guy.
Okay.
But he is actually our lead role in this show, where basically the concept is animals realize that humans are, I guess, ruining the earth.
Mm-hmm.
We domesticate animals. We have the circus. We have the zoo. We have all that stuff.
So they all turn against us?
Yes.
Nice.
So they basically realize we can work together and take them out. And so it's a fight to survive. And I'm on, I don't know, I think it's season 2. And there's 3 seasons. It's really cool. But like there is some bad acting in there. There is some shit CGI, but that premise keeps me the whole time. And also, just the characters. They're really good.
Are there any critters here locally where we're at, where you're ever like outside in the woods and be like, oh, I'm a little freaked out.
Like this one's gonna come get me?
Maybe. We're fucking mountain lions, pumas.
Yeah.
Make me fucking puma pants.
That is the best dad joke.
They are gross, man. I hate giant cats because I see like my cats that are outside. Yeah.
That's
like they fucking kill shit ruthlessly. They do not give a shit.
Yeah, imagine if that
and
thing
then
is like
fuck with it.
It's way bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm always afraid of mountain cougs popping in through my back door or something like that. You know what I mean? But yeah, there's that. I still watched a little bit of Sweet Tooth. That's good. And then there's the Movies That Made Us on Netflix. I don't know if you've ever seen that.
Pretty good.
Oh yeah.
I tell you what I've been getting into is and I'm not, anybody who's listened to this show knows I'm not a huge horror buff. As far as like strict horror is concerned. Like horror thriller, maybe. I don't know. It depends. Is it more thriller than horror? Because I'm in. Or like, comedy or fun adventure or whatever that also has like a horror element. I'm on board with that.
But we don't want just a bunch of like jump scares and shit like that.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So it turns out Hulu has a, I guess their own production company where they make horror films.
Okay.
It's like Hulu After Dark or Dark Time. Darky. Dark. I cut that. Hulu.
I've never heard of that before in my life, no.
Hulu Dark and Scary. I don't remember what it's called. But they just make a bunch of horror movies. And like some of them are really silly and some of them are really good. So I saw like 2 or 3 that I actually enjoyed quite a bit. So I've been watching a bunch of them as a culmination. I'll pick a couple out that I thought were my favorites and mention them at some point. But,
yeah, I was gonna say, like, is there any notable ones right now, or?
I think it's called Little Monsters. Let me check. Yeah, if you're thinking about Little Monsters from like the 90s, it's not that. This is 2019 horror comedy. It's got Lupita Nyong'o, Alexander England, Josh Gad.
Okay.
Cat Stewart. No, it's fun though. It's Lupita Nyong'o plays a like kindergarten teacher that has a bunch of kids, and this guy's like really trying to bang her. So he's being extra sweet and volunteering to go on a field trip, and they're on a field trip at like a petting zoo and zombie outbreak.
Yeah, I have seen trailers for this. I would love to see that. It's
fun. I mean, like the zombie thing's super beat up, but I watched it on a whim, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really funny, and I was entertained. I liked it.
Well, there is a zombie movie that I'm wanting to see. I cannot remember what it's called, but it has Bill Murray, and it has, who is the guy from fucking Star Wars who plays Kylo Ren?
Adam Driver.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Adam
as a guy
Driver.
who hasn't even seen the Star Wars movies. Keep that in mind, folks.
I have
so much I pay attention to Adam Driver.
I have a lot of that too.
He's really great in The Man Who Killed Don Quixote.
Okay, so it's called The Dead Don't Die.
Okay.
Yeah, and it looks hilarious. But speaking of fucking Nick Cage, you're gonna pop up in an ad on my iPad. Get out of here, Nick. But yeah, other than that, I'm just making music, bro.
I tell you what, I got the weirdest urge to listen to the other day, and I listened to it like 5 times in a row.
Oh god.
I listened to Act 2 from The Deer Hunter.
Oh yeah.
I hadn't heard it in forever, and something like I just woke up and I one of them I had them in my head, and I just kept listening to it. I was like, God, man, this album's so fucking good.
Yeah, I agree. That's the first thing I heard from them.
Yeah, me too. And then I went back and listened to Act 1, and then Act 3 came out. And then you've Colors.
I was about to say, then you've got the color spectrum. Speaking of colors, Between the Buried and Me Colors.
BT Bam, they're doing a part 2.
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited about that.
I am too. I hope it's good. The first song that I heard from it was pretty good. Weird, because it's BT Bam, and that's okay.
Yeah, of course.
But, yeah, I'm pretty stoked.
Unpopular, actually, probably a popular opinion. Not a fan of BT Bam's vocalist.
Giles.
Yeah, it's just his voice. I can't. It's like nails on a chalkboard, but it's not like nails on a chalkboard though, because I can just tune it out
right
pretty easily.
So whenever you say his voice, is that his screaming? Is that his?
It's the
just
whole
the singing.
thing.
It's the whole package.
Whole thing. Yeah, the whole package.
I mean, I think the same thing about Spencer Sotelo.
It's not my choice. It's like if I could be like, I wish I was into that.
Right.
Like, I wish that was appealing to me, but it's not.
Yeah.
I still like it. But he is fairly easy to just mute.
I myself, I dig it. But I also like, people who can do a lot of things with their voice. Because it just helps to keep your attention, you know what I mean?
I do.
I don't know if you're a big fan of Kendrick Lamar.
Part of the reason I like The Deer Hunter so much.
Yeah.
That's DEAR, by the way, if you're interested in checking that out and having
right.
Act 2 is the album, The Deer Hunter, DEAR.
It's so good.
Anyway, carry on.
I don't even remember now. Look at what you done did to me.
That works. Yeah, done did it again. That's it. We rated it, right?
Yeah, I put it at an 8.
We rated it with thumbs. I think I went 8 or 8.5 or 7.5 or a different number.
It was a blasty blast. I loved it.
Speaking of blasty blast,
you guys aren't going to start sucking each other's dicks, are you?
Let's call that gold talk for a one-eyed Batman.
Can I make a suggestion that doesn't involve violence? Or is this the wrong crowd?
Maybe we should call in a bomb threat to Houston. I think it's free beer night at the Astrodome.
The Jedi, Bob, we don't fight with guns, we fight with our mind.
Cousin businesses are booming.
That is one big pile of shit.
Jog on.
It's Just Two Movies is a production of Blue Cheese and Bacon Studios and can be found wherever you get your podcasts.
I bet she loves it.
I bet
it's a home run.
I bet she kicks me out. You talk about offloading brains?
Just offload my brains onto you.